right, let's take a look at some sports news, and here's Olumide Macaulay.
Thank you, IJ. Hello and welcome to Sports News. Despite the deadline of August the 20th handed down by FIFA for Nigeria to resolve its football crisis, there was a protest today at the office of the Nigeria Football Federation in Abuja. The protesters, retired and active footballers, urged the federal government to order an immediate withdrawal of DSS operatives from the NFF Secretariat. They said the presence of DSS operatives was inimical to football development. Meanwhile, NFF Secretary General Sanusi Mohammed told Channel Sports that there is no cause for alarm, adding that the Secretariat is properly secure. Super Eagles forward Victor Moses has announced his retirement from international football. The Chelsea star made the announcement on his official Twitter handle. Since making his debut for the Super Eagles in 2012, Moses has scored 12 goals in 37 appearances for the three-time African champions. He is featured in 2 FIFA World Cups in 2014 and 2018 for Nigeria, and 1 African Cup of Nations in 2013, which the Super Eagles won. Croatia goalkeeper Daniel Subasic has announced his international retirement as well, 1 month after featuring in the World Cup final. At the World Cup in Russia, he was the hero in the last 16 against Denmark, making 3 penalty saves in a nail-biting shootout. His international retirement comes after Croatia striker Mario Mandzukic and defender Vedran Kraljuka also announced their international retirements. The Croatian Football Federation has praised the trio for their selfless service to the country and wished them well in their future endeavors. Staying with football, Manchester City have been dealt a blow after influential player Kevin De Bruyne suffered a knee injury in training, with reports suggesting he could be sidelined for several months. The Premier League champions announced the 27-year-old is already having tests on his right knee, and reports suggest the Belgium international could be absent for over 2 months. De Bruyne damaged ligaments in the same knee in 2016, resulting in him missing for a few weeks. He played the final half as City began their Premier League title defense with a 2-0 win over Arsenal on Sunday. The Confederation of African Athletics, has selected 77 athletes to represent the continent at the 2018 IAAF Continental Cup. The competition is scheduled to hold from September the 8th to the 9th in the Czech Republic. The Africa Senior Championships held this month in Asaba Delta, and it was used to select the Squad A. The list consists of 20 athletes from South Africa, 16 from Nigeria, 9 from Kenya, 6 from Morocco, while Egypt and Ethiopia have 4 each. In car racing, McLaren looks set to announce Carlos Sainz as Fernando Alonso's replacement later this week, opening the door for Pierre Gasly to step up to Red Bull next year. McLaren had been making contingency plans for Alonso's departure and was in talks with Sainz and Daniel Ricciardo about a 2019 seat. He had been at Renault this year on loan from Red Bull, having been unable to secure a step up to the senior team from Toro Rosso. That's it on Sports News. Ijoma will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
Thanks, Olumide. Italy has declared a 12-month state of emergency in the Lugara region following the collapse of a bridge in Genoa. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte on the request of Governor Giovanni Totti. There has been anger and disbelief in the country that such a vital structure could have simply given way. The cause of the disaster, said to be one of the worst so far, is yet unknown, but there have been calls for the heads of the company operating the bridge to resign. 39 people are now known to have died, 16 people are being treated in hospital, 12 of them in serious condition. The city's authorities have declared 2 days of mourning. U.S. President Donald Trump has revoked the security clearance of former CIA Director John Brennan. In a statement read by the White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, President Trump cited what he called Mr. Brennan's erratic conduct and behavior. The ex-CIA director had said Mr. Trump's performance at a briefing after July's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin was nothing short of treasonous. The statement adds that the security clearances of other former government officials are also being reviewed. Those named include former U.S. National Intelligence Director James Clapper, former FBI Director James Comey, former Obama National Security Advisor Susan Rice, and former National Security Agency Director Michael Hayden, among others. At least 48 people have been killed and 67 injured when a blast ripped through an education center in the Afghan city of Kabul. Many of those killed are believed to be teenagers who were getting extra tuition as they prepared for university entrance exams. The attack occurred in a mostly Shia Muslim neighborhood of Kabul. The Shia community in Afghanistan has been repeatedly targeted by Sunni Muslim extremists of the Islamic State group, which views the Shia practice of Islam heretical. The latest attack comes hours after the Taliban said it could no longer guarantee safe passage for Red Cross staff working in Afghanistan amid a row over the treatment of Taliban prisoners in a jail in Kabul. And the main news again. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has denied that the commission is planning to postpone the 2019 elections. The INEC chairman was speaking when he met with members of the National Assembly Committee on Electoral Matters in Abuja. Also today, Israel's Deputy Chief of Mission, Nadav Goren, expressed confidence in Nigeria's ability to conduct credible elections in 2019, just like it did in 2015. And the Italian Prime Minister today declared a 12-month state of emergency in the Liguria region following motorway bridge collapse, which has claimed over 39 lives. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Runyato. Do have a good night.